Technology. Now imagine the world without your smartphones. No streaming movies, no GPS for navigation. Let's take it further. No electricity, no cars, no agriculture beyond the most basic tools. That's where we were not so long ago. Our lives are utterly entangled with the technology. We use it constantly. What exactly is technology? When you hear the word technology, what pops in your head? Probably gadgets, right? Computers, fancy medical devices, self-driving cars, the flashy stuff mostly. I don't know about you, but that feels well and satisfying for me. Is a sharpened rock from the Stone Age not technology? Just because the caveman using it hadn't taken Physics 101? Is the vaccine developed today any less techy because it builds on 1,000 years of human medical knowledge? It's not just about the gadgets. To me, technology feels more like a network of knowledge and tools intertwined with every bit of our lives. Maybe technology is better thought of as a system. Let's think about what it takes to get your smartphone into your hand. Definitely rare earth metals, plastics, all mined and processed in a specific ways. Global supply chains, specified factories, all running on other technologies. Does it work without electricity? Definitely not. The grid involves power plants, dams, and so on. Even something as simple as a pencil relies on a complex system. That's wood harvesting, graphite mining, factories for assembling them. That pencil represents a massive chain of innovation and coordination. Language might be the ultimate example of this. Words on pages. That's technology. Technology lets us express ideas and build civilizations via strong knowledge. Actually, technology is rarely an isolated thing. It's a web of processes, knowledge, and often other supporting technologies. It's an invisible force in the background of even most seemingly basic acts. This all comes down to technology serving a fundamental human need. That is problem solving. It's everywhere. If you can learn how to solve problems, you can be a good businessman, you can be a good employer, or whatsoever you want to be. Let's back to our today's topic. Think back to that caveman with his sharpened rock, his problem. It's difficult to cut animal heads or carve tools with his hands alone. That rock tool is a solution, a primitive one, but it improves his situation. In today's world, problems might be fancier. I'm bored, give me entertainment. Or I need to work remotely with colleagues 3,000 miles away. Modern technologies like Netflix, Zoom solve these issues on a massive scale. So is the fancy video conferencing system better technology than the sharpened rock? In some ways, absolutely. But both started from the same basic drive. I have a problem that makes my life worse. I'll use knowledge and or physical tools to improve the situation, whether it works perfectly or poorly, whether it's a complex device or a simple idea. That problem-solving core is how technology pushes humanity forward. Now let's do a little thought experiment. Close your eyes and imagine yourself transported back through time. Picture yourself living 100 years ago. No social media, no TV hack, commercial radio barely exists. Travel means week on ships, not hours on plane. And 5 years ago, pre-printing press, most people never set eyes on a book. Most what they know is a local knowledge. Now let's imagine 5,000 years ago. The wheel is brand new. Did anyone else get dizzy with that rewind? We take for granted how fast things are changing. The leap from telegraph to smartphones wasn't thousands of years. It was just over a century. Each new discovery builds on a one before. Actually, technology is not static. The speed of change has massive implications for how we work, how we think. It's not all about positive. Yet the feeling of the world transforming too fast might not be as new as we think. Now it's time to get uncomfortable. Cause is technology truly a force for good without all messy qualifications? If I gave you a hammer, you could use it to build a house for a family in need, or you could use it to harm someone. Same tool, wildly different outcomes. Technology scales this way up. Think about atomic energy. Nuclear power plants cleaner than fossil fuels if done right. That same understanding makes atomic bombs possible. Whose fault is the destruction? The scientist who uncovered the science, or the powers that weaponize it? And social media is less dramatic, for the pattern is similar, designed to connect people, and now we all know it can breed hate, polarization, mental health issues, and there is a really big list of social media, especially about the teenagers. The potential for harm is often filled into the potential for good. Many technologies can cut both ways, and rarely do we fully understand the negative side effects until we are living them. This might boil down the intention. When the Wright brothers made their airplane, I doubt world domination was on their mind. They dreamed of flight. Are they culpable for how planes were used in wars? Is I didn't tend the negative outcomes a good enough excuse when inventions shape the world for better and worse? Is it purely up to the users of a technology to ensure it is used well? Is it even realistic to imagine the intended consequences while you are creating ones that techie leaders, governments, and frankly all of us ordinary users wrestle with today more than ever before? Even tech designed to help can backfire when unleashed at massive scale. Think of how algorithms influence the news we see online. Even with good intention, they create polarization and filter bubbles. Technological progress raises ethical questions we may not have answer for it. There is a tension between creators just focusing on innovation and society realizing a new tool isn't always a good thing. Even I don't have the solution today, not sure nobody does. Technology ethics must be discussion, not just a dry regulations. This stuff changes how we live as human. We can't afford to stay on autopilot just cause it's complicated. As listeners of this podcast, you're already ahead of the curve. You're curious about how tech isn't just advice. Is it about the messy side of progress? So here's my challenge. Don't just think about these ideas. Talk about them with friends, online, with me, in a YouTube comment section, or any other social media platforms as a Pixipace. And thank you for exploring the web of technology with me. Until next time, stay curious, be ready to dive in our next episode titled as How Technology Changes the Way We Think.